The Montreal Protocol that was taken place in the year 1987, and this came into force in the year 1989. Montreal Protocol is related to the regulation of ozone depleting substances, signed in 1987, and this was came into force in 1989. The Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer is an important multilateral agreement regulating the production, consumption, and emission of the ozone depleting substances. These are called as ODS. So all these ODS are bans in this Montreal Protocol of 1987. So this Montreal Protocol is for the protection of the ozone layer. So this is for the ozone depleting substances. Remember that this is not for the ozone layer. Okay, ozone layer we will see for those rules and regulations for the ozone layer we will see in the upcoming slide. Remember that Montreal Protocol is only for the ozone depleting substances, ODSs. Example of the ODSs are the chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. Then we have the HCFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, carbon tetrachlorides, methyl chloroform, hydrobromofluorocarbons, halogens, etc., which all are responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. Developing and the developed countries have equal but differential responsibilities here also, similar to the Convention on Climate Change that we have discussed earlier as well. So this is all about the Montreal Protocol. The most important thing here is the year of the Montreal Protocol, and this is for the ozone depleting substances, ODSs. This was asked in examination. For what this Montreal Protocol is, and in the option, ozone layer was the first option. So this is not for the ozone layer. This is for the ozone depleting substances. Then we have the Vienna Convention. This was for the ozone layer. And this was came into force in the year 1988 and was universally ratified by the 2009. The purpose of the Vienna Convention is to protect the ozone layer from the depletion. 28 countries originally signed this particular Vienna Convention earlier on 22nd March 1985. On 16 September 2009, Vienna Convention along with the Montreal Protocol was universally ratified. That's why this particular date, 16 September, is just celebrated as Ozone Day. Similarly, the UNEP was formed in the year of that we have seen already in the year of that 1972, if I am not wrong. So in this particular year, the UNEP was formed, and this was the date. That's why the 5th June is always celebrated as Environmental Day or Environment Day all over the globe. So all the things are not just made. Everything a history has a history here. That is my point. So similarly, we have 16 September Ozone Day and 5th June as an Environment Day. So the 1994 16 September, when the day when Montreal Protocol was made open for signatures and the Vienna Convention was universally ratified, was proclaimed as Ozone Day by the UN General Assembly on that time. To strengthen the Vienna Convention's goal to protecting the ozone layer, Montreal Protocol was brought in 1987 with an aim to reduce the production and consumption of ozone depleting substances, ODSs, to protect the ozone layer. So this was the main goal of the Montreal Protocol as well as Vienna Protocol. Vienna Convention. Vienna Convention is for the ozone layer. Montreal Protocol is for the ODSs, ozone depleting substances. So this difference is, I hope, clear to you. Then we have the Kigali Amendment to Montreal Protocol in the year 2016. So on October 15, 2016, with the United States leadership, total 197 countries adopted an amendment to phase down HFCs under the Montreal Protocol. And for that, one amendment was done in the Montreal Protocol that was in the year of 2016. And that amendment is called as Kigali Amendment. The Kigali Amendment aims for the phase down of the hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, by cutting their production and the consumption. And the goal here was to achieve over 80% reduction in the HFC consumption by the year 2047. And ultimately, there would be elimination of the HFCs from the environment. So given their zero impact on the depletion of the ozone layer, HFCs are currently used as replacement of the HCFCs, because HFCs are less ozone depleting potential as compared to the HFCs. So that's why currently we are using these HFCs, but under also these are in the threat, you can say. And the CFC is having the most highest amount of the ozone depleting potential, you can say. So firstly, the CFC were replaced by the HCFCs, and then HCFCs were replaced by the HFCs, which is having the least ozone depleting potential as compared to these three. So in the air conditioning, refrigeration, then we have the foam insulation. All these gases are used here, which are very powerful greenhouse gases as well. So previously we have used the CFCs. CFCs were banned completely. Then we have used the HCFCs, and HFCs, HCFCs are also completely banned by the HFCs. And upcoming year in the 2047, 80% of the reduction you can see in the HFCs as well. So this all targets were made under this Kigali amendment of the Montreal Protocol in the year 2016. So I hope the Kigali amendment is also clear to you now. Then the last thing that we have to discuss in this particular chapter is the eco mark sign of the 1991. So the government of India, the instituted a scheme for the labeling environment friendly products to be known as eco mark. So the purchaser or that buyer should know that the item what he is purchasing is a kind of eco friendly product. So eco mark is issued by the Bureau of Indian Standard BIS as a certification mark for the products which are ecologically safe, conforming to the standards prescribed by the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. So this eco mark sign you can see here. This was the question. What is the sign of eco mark? The photo were not provided in the option, but in the option there was an option of this particular photograph. So one empty wall of having a kind of round shape. That kind of option you can find out in the previous year paper. In the catalyst book as well, you can find out this question. So that was asked one time. Maybe this time they can ask you the year as well. So this one is important. So this eco-mark scheme falls under the ambit of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, MOEFCC. The scheme first saw its application in the year 1991. And eco-marks helps in identifying the eco-friendly products. That is the main purpose of this eco-mark. And the mark is being issued in around 16 categories. Here, you can see all the 16 categories. Of few examples are provided here like food, medicine, chemicals, electronic goods, papers, lubricating oils, packaging materials. All these things can have such type of eco mark, which is telling that the particular thing is safe to use and that is environment friendly as well. So this is what eco mark is. So this one thing was left in the all regulations and the legislations that we have seen here, and this is also completed now. So this is not a kind of international, this is just issued by the government of India. That's also you have to remember. The remaining other things we have discussed today, apart from this CRZ, that all is the international laws and regulations. So with this particular chapter ends, and we have completed the EIA laws and legislation unit today. So again, I will suggest you go to the Catalyst book, solve all the previous year questions and see whether you can able to answer them or not. So these similar questions you can find out there as well. So I hope this is clear to you. And now we can end the class for today. In the next class, we will start the new chapter.